Good evening, you're with Times Now. Let's get you started with another big story that was broken first on Times Now. A major setback for the Congress leaders. The Delhi High Court has said that the charges levelled by them against Smriti Irani and her daughter are prima facie bogus and slanderous. These are the words used by the court. And they lack proof. Times Now has accessed the detailed order copy, viewers, where the court has wrapped three Congress leaders, asking them to remove their comments on Smriti Irani and her daughter. The order copy says, and I'm quoting now from the order copy, there is no bar license in Smriti's or her daughter's name, that Smriti's daughter never applied for a license, either for a bar or for a restaurant. Smriti and her daughter do not own any restaurant or a bar. Even the land on which the restaurant stands does not belong to Smriti or her daughters. Goa government show cause notice is not on Smriti's daughter's name. Remember, the Congress party held a news conference and demanded answers from Smriti Irani. Union Minister Smriti Irani hit back at the Congress party, daring them to substantiate what they had alleged. We have seen zero response from the Congress party on that. And now this High Court order really calls out the malicious intent of the Congress leaders to slander Smriti Irani and her daughter. Ashish is now joining us live. Ashish, you've accessed the order copy. This is a huge setback for the Congress party. They are all red-faced today. It's a strongly worded order copy, all of which accessed by Times Now. All right, we'll go to Ashish in just a bit, but those are the highlights of the order copy. Smriti's daughter never applied for license. That's point number one. Let's go to the next point. Smriti and her daughter do not own any restaurant or a bar. Goa government show cause notice does not mention Smriti's daughter's name. Ashish is now with us. Ashish, the court says while the charges were made, the Congress leaders could not produce anything to substantiate them.
Well, yes, given the fact that Smriti Irani has filed this defamation suit worth 2 crore rupees, what the court has really said after summoning the Congress leaders is that, of course, there is no prima facie evidence to say that Smriti Irani or her daughter owned the bar or that the land belongs to them. Now, it has also been said that the court has really, in the past, also held reputation at the utmost altar, has held reputation to be of prime importance as far as the right to life is concerned. Someone like Smriti Irani, who's an esteemed member of the society, an esteemed member of the Union Ministry, you cannot really make allegations irresponsibly against her. And it's also been stated that there seems to be no evidence whatsoever that the license was even applied for. So in this situation, the summons were issued, and also a very strongly worded order that has been passed by the High Court says that this seems to amount to slander. So, of course, a big setback for the Congress leaders there who have been summoned in November. But the order really shows and vilifies the stand taken by Smriti Irani. At least prima facie, the court has said that it seems that the plaintiff, which is Smriti Irani and her daughter, have a case of defamation. And given the fact that there is no real evidence to contradict it, in fact, there is evidence to prove the plaintiff's point, that is against Smriti Irani's point, that there was never any license that was even applied for, let alone ownership of that bar, as alleged during the press conference by the Congress.
And in the order copy, it is also mentioned in as many words that reputation part of right to life under Article 21. Statements aim to garner highest viewership.
Absolutely. As we were discussing, reputation is supposed to be one of the most important things as far as right to life is concerned in Article 21. And the court has quoted a few judgments which have shown the court's intent to ensure that reputation is never harmed. and that too when you are considered.
Reputation is never harmed, and that too when you are considered an esteemed part of society, an esteemed member of society. And additionally, of course, as you rightly pointed out, it seems like it is slander is what the court said, to give out such statements irresponsibly in a press conference only to garner eyeballs. So the court very strong-worded in its order, and having summoned the Congress leaders as well in this case. Of course, the Congress says that they will fight it out legally. They'll take the legal route. Their steps will be measured as far as the case is concerned, but no real response as far as their allegations are concerned in court from the Congress. Though Jairam Ramesh had once said after the previous court order, after the previous hearing, that he was in a position to bring out documents to prove his allegations, but the court says prima facie Smriti Irani and her daughter have shown that there is a case of defamation which could hold water, and therefore the Congress leaders have been instructed to take down their...
Hold your thoughts. On the back of this, the BJP is now gunning for the Congress party. Ravi Srivastava now joining us, political analyst. Sir, the BJP says Congress was misleading to malign.
Is before everybody, and matter is sub judice. Now, once the court order has come, they are going to fight it legally. As far as the media is concerned, I am also referring to the same media which you are referring to. We saw the pictures of Smriti Irani's daughter sitting on that Kunal Vijayakar on that particular restaurant plot, talking about that restaurant business and all those things. If she is not corrected, the truth will come out. But it is a fact that letter from the Goa Gram Panchayat, which says that the license was renewed, asked for renewal, to the person who was dead. So who was running the restaurant? Who was the owner? Whether Smriti Irani's daughter was an employee there or an intern there, what is said over there, or she was the entrepreneur, because there are Instagram reports also where our entrepreneurship is being appreciated. And,
Mr. Ravi Srivastava, do you want me to believe that... No, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Let's go one by one here, sir, 1 minute. So you're going by the Instagram reports, but you are doubting the court order. The court is saying so. Ye main nahi bol raha hu, Ravi Sahab.
I'm not doubting anybody. What I'm saying is, in light of the court order, Congress will have to come out because they made the press conference. They must be having some more material on record. They might present it to the court of law when the real hearing takes place and the evidences are corroborated and crucified. They will bring out if they have something, or else they will face the defamation, what the suit has already been filed.
Ashish Sood of the BJP also joining us. Mr. Sood, the court says, and I'm reading from the order, statements seem to be bogus with malicious intent. Statements aim to garner highest viewership.
Your audio is not clear. Can you repeat the question?
Mr. Sood, if you can hear us now, I'm reading from the court order. You have Ravi Srivastava also taking on you. The court order says statements seem to be bogus with malicious intent. They are aimed to garner highest viewership.
This is clearly an attempt of a classical example of hit and run politics. And I am surprised what Mr. Ravi Srivastava was saying. They want to believe, they want people to believe them, their statements, the social media posts. This shows the kind of understanding they have about the system and the constitution. The courts are giving an order and they are still doubting it. This is the classical example of hit and run politics of Congress and its B-team Aam Aadmi Party. This was practiced at the time of the Rafale controversy also. They were all shouting about the Rafale. They had to...
Pranesh, can I respond to him, please?
Please, sir, please respond. Quick response, 30 seconds, Mr. Srivastava.
Yeah, Mr. Ashish Sood, when the Supreme Court made when Supreme Court made the observations regarding the Nupur Sharma case, then entire BJP was defending her. I saw that everybody observations like this, and even people went to the appeal to the Supreme Court for that. You didn't doubt the order of the Supreme Court? What are you saying? A court order can be criticized. You may not agree with the court order, but the court is court. Their order will prevail. Nobody will stop that.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are completely out of time.